the reds up. He knew it, and that red was difficult.
Yeah, this is how he plays. He's so attacking, and of course when it works, it's fantastic. It's just when it doesn't, obviously he's going to be leaving chances. But now it's a question of, okay, he's got them into play, can he take advantage?
He's a little unfortunate, isn't he, with the cue in here. He can only drop it in and play the red in the middle. Couldn't get closer to this red. So another tough shot, this.
8.
But if he should go in this one, he should be in business. No. Yeah, it was never easy.
Jackson Page, 8.
And now, Jackson's opened the reds up. Robertson can pot one. He's in with a great chance here of winning the frame. As David said, those are the kind of reds, though, that you've got to get against top players. You've got to put them under pressure.
1.
And he could have done that there. Had a chance to that red in the baulk corner as well, if you remember. Got to punish these top players.
Neil Robertson, twice champion at the Welsh Open, 2007 and 2019.
6.
He made a maximum in the tournament in 2019. He was also runner-up in 2016. I think this is an event everybody enjoys because it's well established. 1992 first staged.
7.
Been in various parts of Wales, mainly South Wales, but now here at Venue Cymru on the North Wales coast. Beautiful part of the world. Of course, they're playing for the Ray Reardon Trophy,
14.
named in honour of the 6 times world champion from the 1970s, who just a few months ago, Joe, at the age of 91, made a century break.
I know, absolutely incredible from the 6 times world champion. What a player. And apparently on a very tight table.
22.
Well, there's such a long legacy, of course, of Welsh snooker. Jackson Page is trying to add to it. Neil Robertson, of course, as we've already mentioned, has got his own things to think about at the moment. And it's a new situation for him because every year from 2006 to 2022, so effectively a 16-year span, he won a tournament every year. So there was no slump, really, in that period. He was winning events every year. Suddenly, he didn't win one last year.
29.
Yeah, maybe that's had something to do with his mindset, his confidence that he has always won a tournament. You start to think all kinds of negative things when you don't win one. But as Alan McManus said in the studio, he's just too good. He's got to come good at some stage, you would think. And I'm in full agreement with Alan. Makes the game look very easy when
37.
he's in amongst them.
2 more reds needed here to account for the opening frame.
Thirty-eight.
Jackson Page got the reds into play, had that
43.
tough red to left middle. Had it gone in, these could well have been his, but it didn't. And he must have thought when he went back to his seat that Neil Robertson would do the damage.
Which he has done. And as I said at the time, David, he was a little unfortunate to have gone into the pack of reds and leave himself hampered on the easy black to the corner. Had he been able to cue that black, he could have got closer to the next red, and it might have been so different. But full marks to Robertson. He's punished.
Should we check it for you? Yeah. Because it's, for me it's clear.
He doesn't want it to spot, obviously.
Yeah. Thank you. 50.
The red would have been much easier. Had the pink gone onto the green spot.
He wants to make a century, doesn't he? That's what it is.
He loves them. He
Can
absolutely
just make
loves
one,
them.
can't he? You have to screw back for the black, though. Well, 63 the lead, 51 on.
50.
Jackson Page, he's coming back, but Robertson obviously a big favourite to win the opening frame. Page is, of course, in Mark Williams' corner. He's given him a lot of help and advice and just good quality practice apart from anything else. But of course, when he played him at the Crucible 2 years ago, he got an absolute hiding, 13-3. That was a proper education.
Yeah, and he'd played so well in the match previous, didn't he, Jackson? He looked as though he was going to give Mark Williams a game, but a lesson in masterclass.
You're right what you say. It does feel like he's been around a long time. We first saw him when he was 15. He played as a wild card here 7 years ago. And we saw his potential there, but this frame surely is now gone.
Yeah, I thought he would have conceded that. He's going to have to sit and watch Robertson clear these balls now if this goes in.
One.
Very nice of him to allow Robertson to clear these up. Very gentlemanly. Don't see it often nowadays.
8. Thank you. 9.
Crowd was very, very good right from the off. It was an early start, 9:30. That's early for snooker anyway. I realise a lot of people have been at work
15.
for a while by that point, but there was a nice crowd in, and again this afternoon,
16.
I know for a fact a few people have gone here for the week as a little holiday, take in the sights as well as the snooker. Nice place to spend a few days.
Twenty-three. 25. 28. 32. 37.
So Robertson already looking sharp. He knows how dangerous Jackson Page is. They've never played each other before, but he'll be well aware of his reputation.
43.
But the same applies the opposite way around. Jackson Page knows this is a seriously tough first-round encounter. Neil Robertson
In the first frame. Neil
claims
Robertson.
first blood. A couple of 50 breaks from the Aussie, twice champion at the Welsh Open, off and running, leading here by 1-0.
Snooker on Eurosport is sponsored by Ambassador, the premium value cruise line.
Frame
Thank
2,
you.
a possible
Second
7.
frame.
Neil Robertson leads Jackson
Neil
Page
Robertson to
1-0 in
break.
round 1 of the Welsh Open. This, of course, the last leg of the Home Nations series. Now, that's something on the green that Micah Kessler, the referee, is just dealing with. Ooh. But, yeah, you could see the sort of after effects on her glove there, I'm afraid. Anyway, Neil Robertson looked pretty sharp, as I say. Could have gone the other way that first frame. That missed red to left middle was the key miss from Jackson Page. two of the matches in this session. Sean Murphy, who won the title in 2020, has won the first frame against Barry Pinches. He was called up, but David Grace withdrew for personal reasons. Hope all is well with David. Great snooker lover as well as player. And Alfie Davis is about to win the first frame against Liam Graham. Of course, Liam was supposed to play Ronnie O'Sullivan. Alfie Davis is the son of Anthony Davis, who's a former professional from Wales, so he's following in his dad's footsteps.
Well, that shot has freed the black, and it's a very good safety as well. Can't see a path back to balk from there. Great venue, as David has already said. Packed house, it's great to see. Always seems to be well supported in Wales.
Yeah, as I say, for many years the tournament was in South Wales, but there's a long history of snooker in this part of the world as well. I remember the various snooker festivals at Prestatyn and various places. Now this is nowhere near hard enough.
Oh,
In fact, it was not on course anyway.
Yeah, wrong direction. Slight adjustment coming up. I don't understand why he's going to play the shot from there. Unless there's a plant there. Not quite a plant. If he was right behind it, he might be able to make it as it is. Where the way he's hitting this first red, he needs to hit it thick. Couldn't hit it thick enough.
The winner of this match play, Stuart Carrington. Remember, there was a qualifying round, top 16 exempt from that. But that was a few weeks ago.
Well, that was a handy little kiss. Under a lot of pressure, Jackson Page. As has already been said, he needs this win to try and stay on the tour. And that's not an easy thing to do against such a great player as Neil Robertson. Fancy having to beat that man to stay on tour.
Yeah, Page has qualified for the World Open, which is a big event in China in a few weeks, so he's got a chance to earn points there, but it will come down, of course, to the World Championship. He hasn't actually been past the last 64 of a ranking event this season, Jackson Page, so that's second round, not got further than that.
He's better than that, isn't he? He really is, but there's so many great players on tour. They're all good.
Yeah, and I'm just looking down the people who've beaten him, Joe. Luca Brissell, Ronnie O'Sullivan, Ryan Day twice, Jack Lazowski, you know, Lou Heish, and all terrific players. So this draw, again, is pretty harsh. Come in against, OK, he might be struggling a bit, but one of the best in the business when he puts it together.
Yeah, he's got it all, Neil Robertson. He's got that safety game. He's got that scoring ability. He's approaching 1,000 centuries for his career, 5 maximums. So, yeah, he's got it all. Just what he didn't want. Now, does anything go into this right corner? It certainly does. It's still not easy, this red. He's going to have to dig down into the cue ball to stop it for the black. Yeah, it wasn't easy, and I think he's left a red onto the right corner, although not simple to get to the next colour. Now, can he see enough of this red? The one just below the cue ball. I think he can, but can he get to a colour from it? Cue ball looks to be going into the other red, so I may have to play it with deep screw. Don't forget to pot the ball, though. You can't afford to play more position than the pot. And again, he's let Neil Robertson off there. Big style. Simple pot for him. Deeply disappointed. The easy red to the left middle, because he can't do anything with the cue ball, he can only drop it in. He wouldn't finish on a colour. Don't think he can hit it slow enough. We'll soon find out. Yeah, had to take it to the corner, and that's an excellent shot. What a good shot that was. It was a simple red to the middle, but he couldn't hold the cue ball. Terrific pot. Now, will he try and disturb the reds here, or try and play on one? I think a super confident Neil Robertson there would have gone into the reds, try and develop them, because it was always going to be difficult to finish on a red. He has done, but not quite so easy to get to a colour from it. So, get the blue back on its spot, makes the break building much easier. Now, may be able to free the pink here and pot in this red.
14.
He's got great screw power, so I could screw off the pink, come back down for the blue. And choosing the other red. Nothing wrong with that.
15.
Always got choices at this game. Again, the choice, he could go into the pink here, try and develop it. Would need to catch it on the right-hand side to send the red towards the right corner. He knows all of this. Could also play for the loose red. Caught Got it the wrong side. In fact, I don't think he played to catch it.
20.
Nicely played. The
21.
right side of the blue. Pink free.
Yeah, things just opening up a little for Neil Robertson. I thought it was quite interesting. We saw at the very start of the show with Rachel the tournament odds. John Higgins, the pre-tournament favourite. He's not won a ranking event for 3 years.
27.
2 days ago, though, he became the oldest player to make a maximum in a tournament. That was, again, at the Championship League. He made 17 centuries in 6 days in that event. So he is playing good stuff. But, of course, it's bringing that to an event with a big crowd and ranking points. He's up tonight, John, against Mohammed Ibrahim of Egypt.
Yeah, he's another one of those players, isn't he? Who's quite capable of winning a tournament. He's still got it. 17 centuries, a maximum. Yeah, he's still got it.
Yeah, and the other thing, Joe, is I don't know any poor bookies.
33.
No, me neither. Yeah, they know something, as we do. That takes some very, very good snooker to make all those century breaks. Another good recovery.
34.
And he played that one so well. To hit that cushion and finish the right side of the blue there, that was a very good shot. Still got a couple of reds he could play for. He's considering going into them, look. So he has got choices what to do. He could play for the loose red nearest the right corner. Could play a little slow cannon to the pink. He could play into the reds. Which one will he decide? Decided to go into the reds, and that's worked out nicely. Developed another couple there.
39.
This is looking very good for Neil Robertson. Delightful little cannon, this.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't straightforward, was it, when he came to the table, but he sort of gradually unpicked the puzzle as he just has a little look at his tip.
When he takes this red, it frees the other one to the left of it.
46.
42 points, the difference.
47.
Important to get top side of the pink like he has done. He had a chance, Jackson. Missed that easy red to the right corner. Yeah, it just goes into this pocket. Unfortunately, the black doesn't appear as though it goes. 49 points the lead. Still needs more reds. This is the last of the easy ones. It's not just potting the red here. He's got to get onto a colour to be able to get back to another red. So that's his problem.
Beautiful. $60.
Still needs a couple of reds. He's took these so well.
$61.
Well, there's the chalk that a lot of players use now.
Yeah, you don't get the marks on the table like we used to do. Doesn't leave the marks, and apparently doesn't get as many kicks either. So, needs one more red. 63 points, the difference.
67.
Yeah, well played. What a
68.
frame to win. That was a very difficult table when he came to it. But he's just kept knitting, digging balls out from nowhere, just playing for the odd ball, and he's been made to pay the price, hasn't he, for missing that easy red. Jackson has had chances. Not many.
Well, he needs
Yeah,
two
Robertson.
snookers.
68.
Yeah, it's 68, but it's not so much the size of the break, as you say, it's how he made it, the way he kept it going, and barring two snookers, he's going to be 2-0 up.
Yeah, not an easy task for Jackson Page, but you just never know. If you could get 3 reds, 3 blacks, red behind the pink is an easy snooker. It's good to see him playing on, actually. He does need blacks, though. Maybe try and get in behind the green. Not easy, this. He does play it, but half a chance. And wasn't far away. Neil Robertson knows of the danger. If he leaves the chance, 3 reds, 3 blacks, easy snooker with the red by the pink. You know, it can all change. Seen it many times, haven't we?
Yeah, remember the Scottish Open a few months ago, Gary Wilson in that semi-final against Show You Long on the colours in the decider, got the snookers.
And that's a clever shot. Neil Robertson moving that red away from the pink, takes away that easy snooker in case he did get 3 reds, 3 blacks. There isn't much he doesn't know about the game, Neil Robertson. Well, That's a disaster. Didn't intend the kiss on the red. Trying to get in behind the green. Hasn't left anything easy though. The red into the right corner. He doesn't really want to play it because it's in a safe-ish position. So still thinking about what may happen.
Well, he's clearly got his patient head on here this afternoon. He's here to do a job, which is win the match, not open any doors that don't need opening. 2-0 in a best-of-7. It's a great lead, isn't it? It puts Page really under it. He's not really done anything in the match yet. A couple of chances. 2 missed reds have cost him, it looks like, 2 frames. And that red makes sure.
One.
So Neil Robertson very much on top here. Yeah, we've got fans of every demographic here. It's great to see, as I say, such a good turnout amongst locals and also people who've travelled here for a little break by the seaside.
3.
Neil Robertson, there was one year at the Premier League when it was played here years ago
4.
where he got here with minutes to spare because he decided to get the train, which is all well and good, but he got the wrong train. It wasn't going this way, it was going the opposite way. But anyway, all was well in the end. He managed to get here just in time to start.
10.
Problem for Jackson Page is Robertson's timing looks pretty good this afternoon. The break he made, that 68, you know, as Joe said, it was not straightforward. But he just refused to leave the table until the frame was safe.
Yeah, I like what you said. He's got his thinking head on, and he didn't go for any crazy shots there when Jackson needed 2 snookers. He kept it tight. He sent the reds down the opposite end of the table. It didn't give him any kind of a chance to get those snookers.
Yeah, it's easy to say he's too good not to be winning tournaments again, but he's too good not to be winning tournaments again. He's one of the all-time greats, the greatest ever non-British player for sure.
25.
And, OK, he's had a barren spell, but it could end at any point. There were signs in Germany. I thought he played well there. Karen Wilson beat him in the last 16, but signs his form was coming back. Last week, Championship League, he won one of the groups, looked good there. So maybe things are just building towards something special for Neil Robertson.
37.
So he's going to have made 4 half-century breaks in 2 frames. A pair of 50s, a 68 and another 50. Neil Robertson dominating this match. Jackson Page is going to have to cut out all errors. He's already in big trouble here. Robertson looking good, leading 2-0.
Thank you.
So Neil Robertson leads 2-0. Pot success 93%, safety 92%. So very, very strong all round. Jackson Page has missed 2 reds in the match, and they've effectively cost him 2 frames. Of course, there's 3 tables in operation at the moment. Sean Murphy and Barry Pinch is 1 apiece. Murphy, of course, runner-up last year to the Milkman. And Alfie Davis has won the first frame against Liam Graham. As a long red flies in from the cue of Neil Robertson.
Yes, and freed the black as well. All important. Lovely shot this. Didn't play to hit the black. But that little kiss on the black stopped the cue ball from going into the balk area and finished nicely on the ball. So things going well. Neil Robertson at the moment. Always seems to do with the man in form.
Five. Six.
Well, didn't quite come back far enough on this red to stay on the black. It shouldn't be a problem to go up for the blue on one of the balk colours. Still got another 3 loose reds after this one. Pink also available to this right corner.
As ever, this pink has to be in a line with the spots. Micah Kessler from Germany, a referee.
Thank you. 20.
Now, ideally, he'd like to leave an angle here on the black to go into the reds with the advantage of that loose red.
21.
Well, that's the angle that he wanted. It's amazing how quiet things can get when you've got a packed house. And there's that shot I just mentioned there with the advantage of this red to the left corner. Had he not finished on another easier red, he could
28.
always have taken that one. Could nudge more reds out though.
$29.
There is a red to the right of the pink spot. That will go. Also, obviously, the red out in the open goes to the left corner. Just trying to work out a plan to develop more reds. Well, that could have just left enough angle here to develop more reds and either play for the black or the blue. Again, he worked that one out
35.
beautifully, and now he's got the board at his mercy.
Just looking confident. You know, that's maybe something that wasn't there earlier in the season. And other players, of course, pick up on that, even against a great player like Neil Robertson. But he's got that look about him here that we've seen so much down the years when he has been winning tournaments. Completely focused as well, right from ball one of the match. If you are experiencing any sound problems, we apologise, it's been looked into. Jackson Page has got his own problems sat there, hasn't he, watching another frame seemingly slipping by.
Yeah, slipping by. That's the right assessment. And it's slipping by because he didn't really take chances that he's had, Jackson Page. As we both said at the beginning, you've got to punish the top players, make them think, you know, that this isn't going to be easy. But so far, Robertson has been just, it's like he's in the zone.
Yeah, and all Page has done is break off in this frame.
49.
But of course, that's off the back of Robertson playing two good frames. So he was ready when that long red presented itself to knock it in and just try and kill it off in one visit.
Yeah, and there was only one red out, wasn't there? You know, he had to really work to develop these reds.
Meanwhile, a century for
56.
Sean Murphy on table 2 against Barry Pinch. A late call at Barry. 2-1 to Murphy. See Barry in the background there. He
57.
once made a maximum in this tournament against a certain Joe Johnson.
He certainly did. That was his first shot, first frame. Oh dear. He's missed the black with the century there.
Robertson.
Now,
57.
this is not an easy chance, you've got to say, but it's a chance for Jackson Page to punish. Those four reds surrounding the pink are all covering one another. The first easy miss. It was going so well. Choice of blue or black to open those reds up. Also, he could play for the loose red, but he's got a beautiful angle on the blue. Problem is that the black is covering that right corner pocket, so if he does go into them, he's only going to have one corner, and that's why he's choosing the black to go into the reds from. How's your luck? Pretty good. Now, this frame is in Jackson Page's hands. They couldn't have split much better. Hasn't had much table time, to be fair.
Nine.
No, I mean, it's a chance that I'm sure he wasn't expecting, but so much of the work in this game is done in that seat, keeping yourself relaxed and prepared and ready if it comes along. And he's got to take it, hasn't he? To stand any chance you feel of winning the match now, he's got to take this chance.
Well, it really opens the game up if he can win this frame. 2-1. You know, he's in it.
14.
3-0, and he was on his way out.
15.
Only one awkward red near the left side cushion, but not so much so that you can't drop in behind it. Choice of reds. Looks like he's playing the more
21.
difficult one. No, taking the one to the middle. 36, the difference.
22.
Now, will he take the more difficult
28.
red? Not even a question. Just knocks it in as though it's easy with the
29.
rest. That leaves him with the easiest red as a last one. Big shot this one now. Now, if I was Jackson, I'd play down for one of the baulk colours here. You could leave a nice
36.
angle on the pink to get to the yellow. That's what he's done.
37.
Yeah, the black off the spot. He'll be thinking about it. There's no doubt about that. Should have been 3-0, and he knows it. Just slightly underhit that one. This is the black. Didn't
43.
detect a kick. But you never know.
45.
Yeah, in a way, it doesn't matter why he missed it. What matters is what happens next. And Jackson Page is 5 pots away from winning the frame and suddenly grabbing a lifeline in this match that looked to be, frankly, petering out.
Didn't feel that finish ideal on the yellow, which meant that green
48.
was tougher than it should have been. Needs a
52.
little bounce. He's underhit it, but he should be okay. Can drop it in dead weight. It's just a little bit more difficult than it should have been. Well, decided to go around the angles, and I'd have preferred to have dropped it in
57.
dead weight, but pink and black needed. Yeah, good pot.
63.
So it was a black to the opposite corner that Neil Robertson missed when he looked certain to lead 3-0. Jackson Page needs this one to win his first frame. He's done what he had to do. He's cleared up. How big will that be? Well, it's got himself involved in this match. And he's shown Neil Robertson there are 2 players here this afternoon. Robertson leading 2-1. So the question was, could Jackson Page take advantage when Neil Robertson here missed that black? The answer is yes. He made a 70. That last black kind of crept in a little bit, but it went in. That's all that matters. And 2-1 when it looked for all the world like 3-0. The first thing that's gone wrong for Neil Robertson today. So how will he respond to it?
And 4.
We're about to find out.
Neil Robertson to break.
So Jackson Page needed something to happen, and it did with that clearance as he finds himself snookered on all reds.
Yeah, didn't he do well with that clearance? And it started with that cannon into the 4 reds from the black.
Oh, and
Just caught the pink.
Neil Robertson 6.
But it worked out very well. Played the black. Finished nicely on a red. Took the hard red with the rest, the penultimate red. And from there, he just held himself together. Didn't finish ideal on the green, nor the blue, nor the pink. And as David said, the black hit that near knuckle, but still dropped in. So showed really good nerve there. And that's why we like him as a player to watch.
Yeah, there's a sort of death or glory way about him, isn't there? Which, as you say, makes him exciting. So, the sort of the feel of the match has changed. The procession, as was, has not come to pass, and Robertson himself has got to regroup. He played well for 2.5 frames, but has seen that one error, one mishap, whatever it was, can cost you.
Well, it's good snooker, isn't it, when it's just one shot. I mean, it was one shot that cost Jackson Page a frame. One shot that cost him the frame in the first frame. So that's very good snooker when you're getting punished. Great for us to watch. I thought it was in. I saw the red coming down the table and thought, well, that's in. What a great shot. Look at this. I thought that was in.
It must have felt good, that, for Jackson. But as you say, not to be.
Yeah, where this red going? Right over the pocket. All of a sudden the game isn't quite as easy. That wasn't a difficult red. I expected him to pot it. It was missable for sure. But the way he's been playing, you didn't expect him to miss it. So, an early chance for Jackson. He'd like to get those reds open as soon as possible, though. Left an angle to do just that. Now, if he could miss that red directly above the black on the left and draw the cue ball through the reds. Well, didn't have any screw on the cue ball. Just stunned into them.
8.
Still unfortunate not to be on anything. Now, problem is, got to get it safe. Got to go past the middle.
Jackson
Just.
Page 8.
Didn't hold back again though, did he? He played to open the reds from that easy red. Left a nice angle on the black. Didn't hold back. Played that attacking game that we like. Now, what about that though? Great shot that from Neil Robertson.
Absolutely. This is a thunderbolt from the thunder, wasn't it? Just made a great noise. Look at this again.
Yeah, what a brave shot to play, though. That wasn't an easy shot at all. And he's a little unfortunate to have left himself hampered on the pink. May have to take the more difficult black or blue. He could drop the pink in absolutely dead weight. That would leave him on the red to the right corner. Difficult cueing. Is it high? Oh, that was the right speed to play it at for it to drop in.
7.
Well, I guess it's important to try and stay positive when something's gone wrong, which he did in the last frame, but you can't argue with the red he took on and got. So now he's back in, trying to just put to one side the last frame.
Eight.
Yeah, two awkward shots there. The pink to the middle, hampered. The red to this corner, hampered. Again, all these reds covering one another, so it could do with developing them. Maybe start off by just playing a gentle cannon to that red above the black. If the red goes, no need.
15. $16.
Just to say, table 4 now underway. Barry Hawkins against He Gyuquang, a rookie from China. All matches available on Discovery Plus. Robertson's gone into them, but is he on anything?
I don't think he is, David. No.
21.
He hit them well as well. Caught the pink full in the face. They just didn't really split as he intended. So unless there's a plant there, which he's looking at, yeah, maybe you can play that. If you can see enough of it. If he was right behind these two reds, there wouldn't be any doubt whatsoever he'd be going for them. It's because he's hitting the reds a little thinner than he wants to. Can't quite hit them thick enough. Needs to be playing those two reds fairly full ball. Shot time just over a minute, but he needs to think about this. Can't just play down the table safe. There's a red over the left corner. He may finish up playing this shot. One thing's for sure, Jackson Page doesn't want him to play it. Because if it goes in, he probably wins the frame. I'd prefer him to play the safety if I was playing him. At least that way you get another shot. Got to hide that red over the left corner. And he's done that.
Robertson 21.
Again, he was a little unfortunate there, Neil Robertson. Went into the reds and didn't finish on anything. Needs a bit of luck. I don't think he's got it.
One.
Ah, would you believe it? Hampered again. He's getting good at this shot. Excellent cueing. Excellent cueing. Knew he only had to drop it in for this red to the middle.
8.
But still, he knew, had he missed it, could have lost the frame.
Nine.
As David Hendon said, he's been positive in this frame. Took that long red on. Hampered pink, hampered red, and hampered black there. He's remained positive. He could have played safe off of any one of those.
$14. 15.
Actual is manufactured in Finland, which is a real hotbed for snooker. I know Neil went out there in December with Mark Selby to do an exhibition that was sold out. Of course, they get our coverage out there. And we must congratulate
22.
Borsku Reves from Hungary, who's just won the World Junior title and will be on the tour next season as a result. You know, Hungary, not a few years ago, was not
23.
a country you'd associate with snooker, but again, he will have been watching, I'm sure, the Eurosport coverage down the years and gets his chance next year, might be here in the Welsh Open.
$28.
Yeah, funnily enough, my billiards coach, well, not really a billiards coach, more like a cannon coach, taught me how to play nursery cannons. He came from Hungary, Geza Gazdag, and
29.
Clive Everton, your friend and our friend. He wrote a lot about Geza. Very dedicated people on the carom stage. Just having a look at the scoreboard.
36.
55 the lead, still needs a couple of reds.
He's got the one safe on the cushion, which always helps. Last time, it was a good clearance on Page, but they were kind of all there. Still have to pot them. Would be harder this time.
Yeah, just not straight enough on this red just to stun across for the black. He may have to play a little cannon on the red to flick off it to finish on the black. He could be on the pink if he's not ideally on the black. Now he's nudged the black,
37.
but he's still on the pink. Another red needed after this pink.
Yeah, I think the encouraging thing for fans of Neil Robertson is that despite what happened in the last frame, his general demeanour has not changed. His approach to this match has not changed. He's still on the front foot, and he needs this red to lead 3-1.
44.
And he's developed that red, so now he can try and make a century.
Yeah, and that's what's in his mind. You could tell that. Not interested in just the red, the game red. Frame wet red. No, he wants to get them all and the century
50.
and get a little bit closer to 1,000 centuries.
Well, this is his 6th half century of this match.
51.
Yeah, the race to 1,000 is interesting because Judd Trump looks a certainty to become the second. Of course, Ronnie O'Sullivan 5 years ago now cleared that barrier. But Trump, he didn't play in the Championship League last week. He's not in this. John Higgins did play Championship League. He was a late call-up, and he made 17. So Higgins
56.
is now 9.85, and Trump 9.67. John's in this tournament, so you'd have to say he's favourite now to be the second.
57.
But they're both going to get there, and Neil Robertson in due course will as well.
Yeah, I just wonder how many they'll remember of those 1,000 century
63.
breaks.
Well, Neil actually, he has an extraordinary memory.
64.
He can tell you about shots he played when he was, you know, very young. Shots other people played against him in matches that, you know, were not finals and sometimes weren't even close. But that's just the sort of person he is.
70. $71.
And then he gets on the wrong train. That's the other side of it. Well, as I say, we've got all ages watching here in this very friendly part of the world.
$76. $78.
Yeah, like most top players, Neil Robertson gets that cue ball on a tanner. I know most of you won't know what that is, but
81.
he gets it exactly where he wants it. And that's why he's had so many century breaks, 5 maximums.
85.
Black on the cushion, which he will need for this century.
90.
Keep running.
So Page made the great clearance, but as I say, Robertson has just got on with it as if really nothing had happened.
96.
And this has been a terrific break. In it goes, 103, the clearance from Neil Robertson. Normal service is resumed for him, and he's 1 away from a place in round 2. He leads Jackson Page by 3 frames to 1. So Neil Robertson's 103 clearance has restored a 2-frame advantage over Jackson Page. Of course, he's mentored really by Mark Williams, who's the only Welshman to win the Welsh Open. He'll be up next live against John Astley. And it's now 25 years since Mark won the second of his 2 Welsh titles. So it's not been a happy event really for the home players. And this might not be a happy afternoon for Jackson Page, who just sat out a magnificent break there.
5.
Can he
Jackson
get in
Page
first in a frame and do some damage himself? He made the good clearance, of course, in frame 3, but otherwise, well, now he's playing the Mark Williams break. Doesn't want to leave a long red on and risk losing the match.
Yeah, I suppose that is the thought process, but has he left this red to the left middle? Could mean the same thing, this. If the red goes in, finishes on low on the black.
1.
Open the reds up, could lose the frame.
I mean, it's a bit of a shambles, really, isn't it? To play the defensive break off and still leave a red on.
How's your luck? I don't think he's been fortunate. I was looking at the red to the green pocket, but I'm not sure if you can see enough of it. If you can't, I can't see another red. The one to the yellow pocket is much more difficult. He's so unfortunate there. He could have finished on a red so easily. Split lovely, these reds. Normally he would have played the red to the left middle, but that red in the balk area is just making that red a little bit more difficult. Taking it to the yellow pocket, I think, and it's tough. Great pot, terrific pot, and again he hasn't reaped the benefits of that terrific pot.
No, I mean, The match is probably over there, isn't it, if he gets on a colour? He's a great pot, as you say, just flicks off the other red and lands in a horrible spot.
Yeah, will he take it on? Another very, very difficult shot, if he does. He could just touch the pink.
Neil Robertson, 9.
Well, he could be in trouble next shot. Neil Robertson playing that shot. He didn't have many options, that's for sure, but he did have an option just touching the pink and leaving Jackson hampered on all these reds. Can he get the snooker in behind the yellow? If he can't, or he doesn't like it, got to get that cue ball dead on the cushion. Somewhere there. Well, if he's left this red on, he's been very unfortunate there. Well, obviously he can't see this red over the middle, so it's a good safety, this. Giving Neil something to think about. Oh, what a shot again. Terrific shot.
1.
And a good kiss. He can pot the brown. He deserves something for that great shot on the red.
Yeah, you can see from the overhead how tough that was. Blue available to middle, so he's off and running again.
Well, he
6.
played a very good safety, didn't he? Well, what can you do when your opponent knocks in a red like that?
Seven.
Well, it's out of his hands. He's watching on, hoping to come back to the table. I think Robertson has played well today, but I think what's been more impressive is after losing the third frame the way he did, there was no reaction to that. If you're low on confidence
14.
and haven't been getting the results, you know, something like that could really affect you, but
50.
it didn't seem to at all. Made the century in the next frame and has been on the front foot again in this one.
$20. $21.
Didn't quite come far enough for these two reds the last time
26.
around. And hasn't done it again. And that previous blue.
Thank you. 27.
Well, something needs to happen soon,
34.
otherwise it's another disappointing early exit for Jackson Page. He was hoping his home event would start something
35.
this season, but as it is, he's battling for his tour card. It's going to come down to the World Championship for him. There's already pressure enough in that tournament without external concerns as well. Of course, Neil Robertson may yet be involved in
42.
qualifying for the World Championship, but one good week, one trophy could turn everything around again for him. And there are really good signs here.
43.
Yeah, I agree, David. You know, he looks up for this tournament. I mean, he's played well under that adversity of losing that third frame. And he's kept his positive attitude. Just looking at the pink spot there, the pink looks as though it will spot. Probably prefer it not to. Jackson Page may have thought that he was going to be playing a struggling
49.
Neil Robertson, but not a bit of it. Well, an important shot, this. Not straightforward, the pink. Doesn't have to play it. Could push the pink to the cushion, play the safety. That's an option. One more red needed if he does take the pink on. He's got options. There it is. It's awkward queuing, hampered to take the pink to the corner. If he drops it into the middle, he's not going to have an easy red. It's the corner. So, Jackson Page with a chance. Oh, and that little bump on the middle pocket
50.
has left the pink on. Had it carried on past the middle, it would have been safe.
Well, in frame 3, Jackson Page was 57-0 down, cleared up with 70. In this frame, he's 59-0 down. There's 67 on. Oh, but he's missed immediately. Wow. And that surely is the end. That makes it worse for him, the fact this chance came along and straight away he's missed this.
Yeah, you feel for him, don't you? Because it wasn't a gimme for sure, but you did fancy him for it. I'm sure he did as well. And they were all there for the taking. And he knows it.
Well, Neil Robertson, 95% pot success, so it's been an impressive outing from him.
7.
Obviously, he's got to keep it going. There's 7 matches to win the tournament. This is only the start. He won't get carried away, but equally, he'll take confidence from the performance. Jackson Page, as I say,
14.
he's looking for results in the remainder of the season. He's only got 2 tournaments left
15.
now. It's the sort of event at this time of the season where, and we've seen it with Judd and Ronnie,
22.
top players can, if they choose, sit it out. Neil Robertson, though, no question that he's got to come here and try and win it. That's what he's trying to do. Get in the Players' Championship.
23.
Get his top 16 place secured for Sheffield. All these things for him would come with winning this tournament. Next up for Neil Robertson is Stuart Carrington in round 2.
36. $38. 41.
Well, it's Neil Robertson's birthday yesterday. He was 42.
45.
Been on the tour now best part of a quarter of a century. He's something of a veteran in some ways. This is the first time in a long time
50.
where he's been without trophies, but it can all change, and maybe coming here to the North Wales coast this week is just the catalyst for the next phase of his career, as he tries a rather extravagant shot to get on the black. Strong performance all round from Neil Robertson, and he responded well after losing that third frame. He made a century to lead 3-1. Jackson Page did have a chance to potentially make another clearance in frame 5. It wasn't to be, and Neil Robertson pot success 95% this afternoon. He'll be happy with that. He'll be happy to be in round 2. He's the winner, 4-1.